Hi, welcome back. This week I'd like to start by having you read an essay by Dr. Heidi Grant Halverson. Halverson is a social psychologist and a respected author specializing in the study of motivation and performance. In her essay, Halverson explores the topic of people making mistakes and how we often misunderstand the importance and value of learning by trial and error. As an instructor, this is an especially important subject for me. At the heart of the problem is our general fear of making mistakes, which is understandable considering that most of us are taught from an early age to avoid mistakes at any cost. We've been led to believe that there are two possible answers to every question: the right answer, which comes with a reward, and the wrong answer, which comes with a punishment. This is unfortunate because for most of us, the path to reaching our goals will certainly include many mistakes and failures along the way. So the sooner we start making mistakes, the sooner we can accomplish what we want in life. Halverson and I share many of the same views on what it means to make mistakes and how important it is for us to all be more comfortable with screwing things up while we learn something new. In your essay response assignment for this week, I hope you'll share some of your own thoughts about making mistakes. This week's writing workshop is all about learning how to summarize something that you've read. Most of the courses you'll be taking in college will include assignments where you'll be asked to summarize an article, an essay, or some type of research that you've conducted. So what does the word summarize mean exactly? Using your own words, you explain what an article or essay is all about. The key words here are using your own words. When you use your own words to describe what another author has written, this is called paraphrase. Paraphrasing is not as easy as it might seem. For example, here's a sentence from an essay where the author is writing about happiness. For every minute you are angry, you lose 60 seconds of happiness. Can you think of a way to describe what the author is saying using your own words? How about, life is short, so don't waste it being unhappy? Or how about, a life with anger is a life without happiness? You could also paraphrase the author by saying, you can't be happy if you're always angry. Here's another example. Opportunities don't happen, you create them. Can you think of a way to describe what the author is saying using your own words? How about, people are responsible for their own success? Or, the only person responsible for your success is you? Or how about, when nothing is ventured, nothing is gained? So why is this skill of paraphrasing so important? When you write a college-level paper, you will often be asked to summarize and paraphrase what you've read in an article, an essay, or research. Now keep in mind that if you want to use an author's exact words, and in many cases you will, you simply need to place quotation marks at the start and end of the quote. If you use an author's exact words without quotation marks, you are letting your reader assume that these are your own words. That's called plagiarism, and it's something that all colleges take very seriously. Enough so that students can be expelled from school for continuing to claim that someone else's writing is their own. So it's extremely important to understand the difference between paraphrasing and quoting when writing a college paper. This week I want to give you some practice summarizing someone else's writing using your own words. What I'll have you do is read several short essays and then write a summary for each. Your summary should be no more than 3 to 5 sentences. Let's take a look at an example. This essay is called Hazards of Movie Going. Although I love movies, going to see them drives me slightly crazy. First of all, getting to the movie can take a lot of time. I have a 35-minute drive down a congested highway. Then, with a popular film, I usually have to wait in a long line at the ticket booth. Another problem is that the theater itself is seldom a pleasant place to be. A musty smell suggests that there has been no fresh air in the theater since it was built. Half the seats seem to be falling apart, and the floor often has a sticky coating that gets on your shoes. People of all ages loudly drop soda cups and popcorn tubs, cough and burp, and elbow you out of the armrest on either side of your seat. All in all, I would rather stay home and wait for the latest movie hits to appear on TV in the safety and comfort of my own living room. Now I'll summarize the essay in just 3 to 5 sentences, making sure to use my own words to paraphrase what the author is writing about. In his essay, The Hazards of Movie-Going, John Langan explains why he thinks going to a movie can be an unpleasant experience. He's unhappy with the long lines, the bad smells, the sticky floors, and noise. Langan would prefer to watch movies in the comfort of his own home. Notice at the start of my summary, I've included the title of the essay, the author's name, and the author's thesis or main point. I've also included some details that the author uses to support his claim. In the last sentence of my summary, I restate the main point of Langan's essay. Langan would prefer to watch movies in the comfort of his own home. Notice that I've used my own words to paraphrase what the author said in his own essay, and I've condensed the information down to 3 sentences only. Now it's your turn. For this week's writing workshop, you will read several short essays that I've selected and then write a 3 to 5 sentence summary for each. As a reminder, your summary should include the title of the essay, the author's name, and the author's thesis or main point. Be sure to use the sample summary I've provided below as a guide for your writing.